Hello and welcome to this video. My name's Beckham. You know the drill. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you hit that notification bell, then you'll be informed whenever I put up a new video. Now, in relation to audio-visual, I've been a keen AV enthusiast since my early days with a film camera. And back then, I don't recall there being very much recording of the spoken word. In the early days of digital audio-visual, USB microphones were not so good. And you can tell that by how few people were actually using them back then. That's not quite the case anymore. There's some really good microphones available to anyone who wants one. The problem is, which one do we choose? Now, I don't know about you, but my head is already filled with technical knowledge of photography, computers and software. I don't really want to get involved in the technical workings of microphones. This is one time when I would really love to have just true plug and play. Now, I was about to consider a new microphone system when a photographic friend of mine bought a blue Yeti. I was impressed with the quality he got from this microphone, and I'll link to one of his videos below so you can hear for yourself. Now, you can already hear the sound that I'm getting from my blue Yeti. Yes, I bought one too, because if a newer user to audio, visual and voice recordings could achieve great results straight away, that was good enough evidence for me. Now, I bought mine with a support arm so that I could have it positioned over the top of my monitor, close to where I'm speaking, but in a consistent spot, because I need to be sitting in front of my screen all the time in the same position. I plugged in the blue Yeti USB mic and I got good results straight away. There's 4 settings on this microphone plus a gain control. What I'm going to do next is to use each of them in turn so you can hear the difference. But in fact, all 4 work pretty well. What you're listening to here is stereo mode. The information on the paperwork states that this uses both the left and right channels to capture a wide realistic sound image. They say it's ideal for recording acoustic guitar or a choir. This recording is made with the Omnidirectional Mode. The information says that it picks up sound equally from all around the microphone. It's best suited in situations when we want to capture the ambience of being there, like recording a band's live performance or a multi-person podcast. This recording is Cardioid Mode, C-A-R-D-I-O-I-D. The information says that it's perfect for podcasts, game streaming, vocal performances, voiceovers and instruments. Cardioid Mode records sound sources that are directly in front of the microphone, delivering rich, full-bodied sound. And finally, we have Bidirectional. This records from both the front and the rear of the microphone. They say it's good for recording a duet or a 2-person interview. I prefer stereo mode myself, but after listening to the 4 tests I've just done, I think it's a close run thing between stereo and cardioid. Now, I guess it's going to make quite a difference on the type of room we're using to make our recordings. I use Camtasia software to capture my screen and to record my voice. But we can record our voice through PTE-AV-Studio, and some people are great fans of Audacity, a free sound editing software package, but you'll get great sound quality from all of these. When it comes to watching audio-visual presentations, perhaps it has something to do with my laziness, but I don't care for those audio-visual presentations these days where I have to read reams of text from the screen. It's far too distracting in a world where we're used to voiceovers. I want to hear a commentary, and it's never been easier or cheaper to achieve that. The Blue Yeti is just one of the routes we can take, but at least you know they work fine. Let me record just a little commentary through PTE-AV-Studio. But if you're a user of an earlier version of this software, such as Pictures to XE9, you'll have exactly the same options. Now I've got a little test sequence created here, just a few images in the timeline. I've saved a project file, but if I want to record my voice, I can go to my project options down at the bottom left. And if I go to the Audio tab, I'll see a little icon which depicts a microphone, and when I click that, instantly, as I'm speaking, you can see that it's picking up my voice. You may find you have to go into your parameters and here set the microphone you're using. This didn't automatically pick up the Yeti stereo microphone. I had to select it, but once I've done that, of course, and we hit that little icon at the top, we can clearly see that everything appears to be working fine. So I'm going to make a start by pressing record, and I'm going to do a little bit of recording. So here I'm recording this through PTE-AV-Studio. Whenever we're recording our voice, the trick is to get the microphone as close as possible and then adjust the gain on the microphone until you get a good, clear sound. If we set the gain a little too high, the quality of the recording would be lost, and in extremes it'll sound a little distorted. It doesn't take too long to establish a good balance between the distance you're speaking from your microphone and the gain setting that you require. When I click to stop the recording, you can see we do have a save and exit button down here. I'm going to click that, and you'll see that the comment that I've just recorded has been placed in track 1 of my audio tab within PTE-AV-Studio. So from here, if I wanted to test it, I can just press play. Now, me pressing play from this particular option could give me a little bit of a problem because my microphone is going to pick up this sound coming through the speakers, and I want it to be included directly in my video. So where would this sound comment be if we needed to get access to it? Well, because I've already saved a project file, we can actually see it over here in the file list. If I recorded another comment, then it would be given a name, comment 1. But if I wanted to find access to that, I just need to go to my sound recording folder where my images and my project file is. So what I'm going to do is take this comment and I'm going to drop it into my video next. I'll fade the voice in and out so you can instantly tell that you're listening to what was recorded through the PTE-AV-Studio option here. Whenever we're recording our voice, the trick is to get the microphone as close as possible and then adjust the gain on the microphone until you get a good, clear sound. If we set the gain a little too high. So here we are back to my standard recording, which I do using screen capture software Camtasia. Whenever you're doing voice recording, try to record just a sentence or two, then stop and save that particular section. There's a tendency when we're recording, and especially when that recording appears to be going well, to just keep going and keep speaking. But that's often a mistake, as I've discovered more times than I care to admit. When you do make a mistake, which you will, you now have a much longer section to recreate. So when you have a good couple of sentences recorded, that's the time to stop and save that particular take, then move on to the next. With the spinning round of the screen, I've just opened up Audacity. This is sound editing software you can download from the internet, and it's widely used by audio-visual enthusiasts. I'll create a link to this below. To record through Audacity, we just go to the record button. There it is there. We do have a shift and the R key if we want to start it remotely. So I'm going to press play and begin the recording. Now you can see what's happening, and one of the benefits of recording through this software is we do see the WAV file. We can clearly see that we're getting a pretty good bold signal, but we're not allowing the peaks of my voice to go outside of the boundaries, apart from one tiny little spot there which is probably going to be no problem at all. So this is recording through Audacity. Now I've just hit the stop button and we need to save the sound file into whatever project folder we're working from. But something else has happened this morning which is going to be relevant to many of you who want to record their own voice. That just when I was sitting down to make this video, someone a couple of doors up the street started a motor mower. Then their friend started a strimmer and I had to pack up and come back sometime later. So once I've recorded my comments in Audacity, as you can see, I can scroll through and we do get the opportunity to do a bit of editing. I could take off all of the silence at the front. We do have lots of opportunities to deal with noise and enhance the sound quality a little bit, but I'm going to export it just as it is because that's what we do. So I'm going to go to the top left and choose File, Export. I'll export this as an MP3 and I'm going to put this into the folder where I'm making this video so I can include it as the next thing you're going to hear. Now you can see what's happening, and one of the benefits of recording through this software is we do see the WAV file. We can clearly see that we're getting a pretty good bold signal, but we're not allowing the peaks of my voice. Now I'm not suggesting through this video that you should go out and buy a Blue Yeti microphone just because I did. I certainly haven't used anywhere near enough microphones to be able to determine which is best or better for you. All I can say here is the off-the-shelf microphones like the Blue Yeti, USB versions, appear to be true plug and play. The most we have to do is select them from a drop-down menu in whatever software we're using to record our voice, but getting good quality voice is easier and cheaper than it's ever been, and if you're an audio-visual enthusiast, it's something at some stage you may wish to consider. To make this a fair example of voice recording via Camtasia, PTE-AV-Studio and Audacity, no editing or enhancements have been added to the sound you have heard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.